Hello everybody, we're just really excited to be able to share with you some ideas to practice hopefully with your new lacrosse stick and equipment over the summer. We're really looking forward to seeing you at Benenden hopefully in September, but in the meantime Mrs. Lynch and myself, my name's Mrs. Hudson, are going to give you some ideas of how you can get familiar with your lacrosse stick. For the drills that are coming up now, you'll need your stick, ideally a lacrosse ball, but a tennis ball will be fine. You should wear a pair of goggles and you should put your mouth guard in as well. Enjoy! First one hand near the top of your stick, not right at the top, but close, other hand at the bottom, doesn't matter which hand is where. All you're going to do is pop the ball up into the air, watch it right back down into your stick and bend your knees with lots of give as you catch. You get a bit braver, the ball can go a bit higher. Once you've done a few, change hands and do the same with your other hand at the top. Once you've really nailed that, this time I'm going to throw the ball up in the air and I'm going to change hands while the ball's in the air. Well done everyone.
Sometimes the ball doesn't always go nicely into our stick and it ends up on the floor. So it's really important that we learn how to pick the ball up efficiently and in terms of the rules. So when the ball is on the floor, you're going to step near to it, bend your knees, scoop it into your stick. This is easier on some surfaces than others. But step, squat, scoop the ball and then bring the ball nice and close to your body. One thing you need to know is that you can't cover the ball. You can't trap the ball under your stick and drag it back. So it's best to make sure that whenever the ball goes on the floor, you always practice a ground ball doing the proper technique.
Now just watching Mrs. Lynch there, I've got a couple more tips for some common problems we see with ground balls. The first one involves a very serious affliction called hooveritis. And what happens if you don't bend your knees properly is this. This is to be avoided at all times. So just a reminder about the squat and scoop. The other top tip is to get your hand right at the top of your stick for ground balls. That really helps you keep that ball nice and safe. Bend, squat, scoop, bring it in, and look how high my hand is.
Once the ball is in your stick, you've got to be able to cradle it to keep it safe, away from defenders, and to keep the ball in your stick whilst you're running. So we're going to learn how to cradle. The easiest thing is to put your hand in a V shape like this and put that V shape under your stick. Once you've got it here, it will naturally sit quite comfortably on the other side of your body. For me, by my left ear. And I'm going to bring my stick from side to side and see how the stick is rotating. When it's nice and close to my head like this, defenders can't tackle me and the ball should stay in nice and safely.
Back to some common errors again, some things to avoid, and I'd really recommend when you're practicing your cradling like Mrs. Lynch just showed you, see if you can practice in front of a mirror or if you've got someone at home that can help you and tell you if you're getting that technique right. That's really useful. Some things to avoid. The windscreen wiper. See how my top hand and my bottom hand are going in different directions here? You want your top hand and your bottom hand above each other when you're cradling, so that means the ball has got a really good chance of staying in that stick when you're running at speed. The other thing that can happen is people hold their stick really hard and have really stiff wrists, and it's really hard to then really allow your stick to come around your body and wrap either side of your head. And the final one, and this is a classic, you see people running down the lacrosse pitch and instead of moving their stick, their head moves, which isn't a great look either. So 3 things to avoid as you're enjoying your cradling practice with both hands at the top of your stick.
The great thing about cradling is we don't all have to do it exactly the same way. There are lots of different versions, and as long as you can keep the ball in your stick and you can keep it safely away from defenders, you can have a little bit of your own style. So some of you might be able to cradle down here sometimes. You might cradle here by your other shoulder if there's a defender nearby. You might do a combination of all of the above. But it is important that you start off with a nice ear-to-ear cradle, and a test to see that you can do this really well is whether you can lie down, cradle above your head, and the ball doesn't fall out.
Now that we're increasing our repertoire of some of the basic skills, we're going to move on to some passing and catching. So hopefully you'll be able to coerce somebody at home into joining with you. And we're going to start really nice and simple. So Mrs. Lynch is going to do a hand feed to me and I'm going to be the catcher to start with. Key tips, a bit like we did in that very first drill. Watch that ball right into your stick and lots of give as you're catching. Remember to practice with both hands as well. Here's our go. Okay, so when I catch it, if I haven't played before, just take the ball out of your stick and pass it back to Mrs. Lynch so it's nice and easy for her to catch. Now I'm going to try the next one with my left hand at the top of my stick. Lots of give again. If the ball's not exactly where I want it to, I can move my feet. So if it's a bit of a dodgy pass, I can step towards it and catch it. Okay, nothing wrong with moving your feet a little bit. See if you can get 30 of these passes in a row without dropping the ball. That would be a really good achievement.
Okay, so once we've mastered catching, we're going to work on our throwing. We're going to start off with an underarm throw. So if I just take this ball here, I'm going to bring my stick across my body to my hip, my opposite side. So for me, my left hip. I'm going to step into the pass. I'm simply going to follow through and have my stick pointing where I'd like the ball to go. So catch it by giving maybe a couple of cradles, bring my stick across my body, point where I want the ball to go.
Now we're moving on to another important skill, which is overarm parsing. Now, a couple of safety points here. Make sure when you're practicing this, your partner is a good distance away from you because the ball will come out pretty powerfully. Key things: turn sideways on, have your stick back, a bit like a javelin, behind your head, and then you're going to step, drive your hands forward, push, pull, point at your target. I'll say that once more. Sideways on, stick back behind me, step, push, pull, point. And look at my finishing position. Get your helper sometimes to take a practice of you in your finishing position and see if you look like this. Sideways on, push, pull, point. Doesn't need to be really hard to start with, just nice and easy. Oh, a bit high that one, Mrs. Lynch. Even the best players in the world make the odd mistake, you see?
Testing your catching, Mrs. Hudson.
Now, what you can do with your partner or your brother and sister is every time you make a successful catch, take a step back and see how far apart you can go and still do an accurate pass. So that was a good one. So I take a step back and try from a bit further away now. Catch, take a step back. We're running out of space, but you get the idea. Right, well done everyone for making it this far. The next idea is to practice on the move, because all your skills on the spot are really good to practice, but lacrosse is actually known as the fastest game on 2 feet. So have a look at this practice. I'm going to do 10 rolls of a ground ball. Each time I roll it, I've got to run after it, pick it up, do a few cradles, imagining I've got someone chasing me, and then I roll the ball again. It looks like this. 1 roll. Red, scoop. 1, 2, 3. Oh, where are they? Oh, I might change hands. Now, you're much younger and fitter than me, so you'll manage 10 of those in a row. Enjoy.
As well as ground balls and cradling on the move, we need to practice our catching on the move. And depending on the space you've got, you might need to adjust these ideas a little bit. One simple thing is, I can have my partner being my feeder over there. I'm going to make a run away from them, slam on the brakes and run towards them as I catch the ball. If I want to practice my throwing on the move, I'm going to move a little bit further away from my partner. I'm going to start off rolling the ball to myself, run onto the ground ball and make sure I practice passing whilst running.
Now, there are some fun things called stick tricks that you can do that just really get you to familiarise yourself with your stick, and they're also a good challenge. So here's the first one. I'm going to throw the ball up and I'm going to move the stick once around the ball before I catch it. Ball goes up, catch. Once I've nailed that, I'm going to move the stick twice around the ball. Oh, That's more difficult. Try it again with both hands, so my right hand at the top and my left hand. Next one, this is good for the old flexibility as well, so you're going to pass the ball through your legs and you're going to catch it on the other side of your body. So one-handed through the legs and catch. One-handed through the legs and catch. See if you can do it without lifting your leg off the floor as well. Once I've done a few with my right hand at the top, I'll turn. I'm not so good with my left hand at the top. This needs a bit of practice. That's my summer holiday job. Whoops. See if you can do better than that.
Another stick trick you can try, which is very similar, is tossing the ball up behind your back and catching it there. You have to make sure your ball toss is a consistent height and you aim for just over your shoulder. Move your stick behind your body nice and quickly. Don't forget to try it with both hands.
Hope you enjoyed those ideas for your lacrosse practice over the summer. And from Mrs. Lynn and from myself, we wish you a really good summer break with lots of lacrosse, and we really look forward to seeing you soon.